Hey folks, thanks for joining me today. So in today's tutorial, we are using a mold number 3 art stone from the Happy Dotting Company. After I've molded it and it's dried, I give it a coat of black paint as my base coat. And then I used my compass, as you saw, to draw a circle. And now I'm putting on some metallic purple pearl. And this paint was so cool because I created a design in it. Now, what I mean by that is if you see, like as I'm moving the paint around with my brush, if I do one stroke one way, it goes to like one color. And then if I do it the other way, there, you can see it's a bit of a design. So I took advantage of that and made a design by going crisscross. Isn't that so cool? So we're doing a Frankenstein on this guy. So again, I'm sorry that I did not record when I was drawing. It seems to be the part of the video that I forget to press the record part. I get so involved when I am sketching these on that I sometimes forget. Actually, it's becoming more of an always forget rather than a sometimes, but I promise I will make sure that that record button is going before I put pencil in hand. So what I did use to draw this was my General's charcoal pencil, and I used the white one because it's the dark background, and I just sketched it on the way that I wanted it. I could erase it if I needed to, if I didn't like a line somewhere, or I just I just draw over top of it, and just try to make a mental note of when I do that so I know which line I really want. But yeah, that's basically it. And I just drew on the shape and I really liked it. And so that's what I went with. So now I'm putting on some green paint. Now this green is called Apple Tart and it's from Craft Smart. All of the colors that I use and the product brand names will be listed in the description below. These are only suggestions. I'm not saying to go and get these particular ones, but I'm saying these are the colors that I use so that you can match them up with anything that you have in your stash. One thing I've really liked about this whole Halloween series is I've been really playing around with a lot of backgrounds. So you will be seeing a few different styles of backgrounds that are a little bit out of my comfort zone, but thought I would give it a try. And so far, they've all turned out really cool. There's one that's coming up that I was a little bit iffy about, and I was debating that of just painting over top of it and starting over, but I decided, nope, I'm going to follow the process. I'm going to go through with it all. And I did, and I'm actually impressed on how well it turned out. So keep watching for that video. It's the video with the bats. So that one will be coming as well. So keep your eye out for that and check out that background. And then you can let me know in the comments below what you think. But that's in that other video. That's not on this one. This one we're doing Frankenstein. So again, with the dark background and with his eyes, I really want the color to pop. So I paint them white. Now, because he's kind of human, he's going to have the whites of his eyes. So that's why I did it that way. Now you'll also notice they're not the same shape. And again, this is my issue that I cannot draw symmetrical so that they're even and the same. I have such a hard time doing it. Without a stencil, just trying to do it freehand, it always comes out wrong. But these are Halloween. They're not supposed to be perfect. And they're hand painted. So they're not supposed to be perfect. We're not machines to create those perfections. This is what it makes it unique. This is why I do this. So what? His eyes aren't even. Not a big deal. Maybe he's squinting a little bit. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. What I'm saying basically is that I know that I have a problem doing it. And excuse me, you may have a problem doing something different. maybe not the symmetry, but maybe working with different paints. Totally is okay. It's how we learn, it's how we process, it's how we are so unique to one another. So don't worry about it. Follow the process, you'll get through it, and you may be surprised in the end. So I just put a coat of green on his forehead and onto his face, and I am going to have to do a second coat, but I have to let this dry. So in the meantime, I'm putting his bolts in his neck that were used to electrocute him, to bring him to life with a bolt of lightning. So I am just painting those on, and I'm using Dove Gray for that. That's by FolkArt. So I don't do any shading or anything on this guy. I really wanted him to be like cartoony, kind of like how I remember him as a kid, watching the cartoons of him. Not so much the actual original movie, although I have seen it, but it's just not the style I wanted to go for. I wanted to go for the cartoony kind of look. So, and as always, I'm getting out my Glorious Gold and I'm painting on that frame that goes all the way around. And this is just another thing that I do while I'm waiting for the paint to dry so that I can go and put a second coat of green on there and then really start working on his details. Like you would have seen them all drawn out with my pencil or my charcoal pencil, but I've covered them all up now with the green paint. So I'm going to have to go back in with black paint and put those details on. So that includes like his nose and his mouth, and he has like an open scar wound on his forehead that I'm going to have to put on there. So those are all things that I drew on because I find that if I draw it on, then in my mind's eye, I know where they are. So then I can paint on top of the green and getting them relatively in the same location that I had drawn them. If I don't, I sometimes have an issue with that. And oh, I made a boo-boo there, so I just wiped it up. So I have an issue with not being able to determine where things are. I need to draw it on first. But that's just me. That's how I work. It's how I do my thing. But yeah, so I just do that, and now I'm coming in with the black paint and I'm going to outline everything, and I'm going to put on all of his facial features and things like that. So while you watch me do that, I just want to remind you to give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And if you're new here, thanks for coming in. Make sure you subscribe and ring the notification bell because I have a lot more Halloween stuff coming your way. I've been posting every day. I'm doing the 12 days of Halloween. It's a little bit of a play on the 12 days of Christmas, but we're going to do the 12 days of Halloween. And so I've been posting one video a day. So stay tuned to that. And you can always leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of them. Don't forget to share if you know somebody else that you think that would really enjoy these videos as well. Let's spread the love. We'll just spread the love to everyone. So, excuse me, I'm a little bit hoarse. My voice is a little bit hoarse because we're starting to get colder weather. And so I've had the furnace on in my house and just to keep me warm, and it gets me like this. So I do apologize. So yes, I'm doing in his details now. So putting in those little squigglies there for his ears, oh yes, bags under his eyes because he's a very tired monster. And I just do like a little triangle over his nose. I could have gone into more detail with that, but I thought, no, that was perfect. And then his smile is a little bit crooked and wiggly, but he's sort of happy, but not sure if he should be. And then his chin sort of follows the same thing. So now I'm just using tools from the Ditting Center and putting on his pupils, or sorry, his eye color, then his pupils. And then I will go in and put on some little white dots for some light flare. And there's his little scar. Got to put that in there. And so there's the little dots. And then I put on the stitches for his scar and he's finished. So there you have it, folks. Life is what you make it. So get creative.